Style is the answer to everything, a fresh way to approach a dull or dangerous thing. To do a dull thing with style is preferable to doing a dangerous thing without it. To do a dangerous thing with style is what I call art. That's Little Bukowski. I think he might be talking about Heath Kirchart. I'm not sure. I also like how Mac Dre defines style. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Is it spot selection? Is it the bag of tricks? Is it the way they perform the maneuver? Is it how they push? I don't know, but I'm going to attempt to tackle this subject. This is called The Most Stylish Skaters in History. This is just part one because I have about 70 skaters from Jay Adams until now that I will be covering. This is about 12 or 15 of them right now. I'm starting with some of my favorites. There's just a lot to cover on this subject.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Starting with Jerry, the perfect mix of tech, fun, and style, lighting cigarettes with his thumb, Asian Elvis. We'll start this with Black Cat, 1999 classic video, Maple Skateboards. Nollie toe flip in the yellow shirt, how beautiful was that? That nollie back heel is timeless. Just skating hubba with the shove it out. And then look at this illegal switch illusion flip. Somehow makes it look good though. Classic Jerry. Switch front salad on a ledge. Love it. Pretty much everything he does looks good. That front board pop over was ridiculous. He's got one of the best switch 185 in the game. I feel like this is way ahead of its time, not only style-wise, but technical ability. Love the switch heel, how he's kind of crooked. A giant switch hard flip. It looks perfect. Flicking into rails in 99 and making it look good. And way before Malto overdid this trick, he's back over crooking Jefferson. I don't think that rail's there anymore. Man down. Love his part in this. The front foot impossible, the nollie tray flip. Jerry's ability to do these extremely tech flip tricks and make them look fun and proper at the same time is pretty much unmatched. Maybe day one. Definitely not Roddy Mullen when we're talking style. The nollie toe flip was insane. He eats shit on this nollie crook, but it still looked fun. Really sick back nose blunt for the kids here. They're psyched, so is Jerry. The way he pops into this fakey nose grind and locks it switch Suski is just ridiculous. Who else could do it like that? Just Jerry. And I love this backsmith pop-out drop. That was amazing to end his man down part. Subject to change, the greatest shared part in history. There's no questions about that. This is with Louie. This flamingo is somehow stylish. It's the way he lands a little bit crooked and turns it all the way around. So sick. Jerry and Louie killing it here in Canada. Both tricks are amazing on that steep quarter pipe. Got to put this late semi-flip out in there. Got to have a little bit of Louie in there. So hippie hop 180 over, switch crook pop over. He's in no hurry. I like how he's just pushing. We'll see Tom Penney do a line like this later. And then a perfect switch tray flip, flipping very slow. Switch toe flip. Let's see someone else do that well. And the flick and the balance on this switch flip nose manny is just perfect. Jerry is a god. Everyone should know this. That was a sick no comply 180 by Louie. Had to throw a little more of him in there. And then this switch flip really shuts it down, especially for 2003. Wearing Osiris shoes is maybe the most incredible part of that switch flip. Love how he comes out early on that Antioch hubba. He can skate gap to rails. He can skate transition. He looks good on every single one of these tricks. That's why I picked them all. Absolutely dipped in sauce back Smith. And then this fakey nose grind could be in a video today without a doubt. The switch 5-0, revert into the bank, amazing. Wish this spot still existed. I love how he takes it to Sev. And then just the style on the way he came into that bank. This clipper trick is unmatched. Push off early on the back 50. And then Macba when it was still a 4, fakey heel flip. His bag of suck part, probably his best part of all time. One of the best parts of all time in my top 5 without even trying. I love that right there. The entire trick, the way it was executed. This line's sick. The switch tray flip off the bank. The switch ollie over the rail into the bank. And the switch flip is even better. Slaps his feet perfectly. I don't think there's many people like Jerry. He's one of very few that can skate this tech like that trick down in Tucson. He can skate this tech, make it look this good, have this much fun. Maybe in his Stay Gold part he's not having that much fun. But if you're doing no tricks in your regular stance of goofy, you deserve it. This line's insane. He does the Rick flip, the nollie tray flip, showcasing his tech with style abilities to the ollie through the trees. Huge fakey flip up at 3 up, 3 down. Lofty switch tray flip off. Amazing. And one of the greatest switch ollies of all time. The way he poked it out was just incredible. His switch hard flips never get old. Neither do his fakie flips going the hard way over the rail. And then he just puts an absolute clinic on this gap to rail down in San Jose. I don't know how many times he got towed in by a car on this, but whether he did or did not, all those tricks are ridiculously perfect. And the Mad Evs nollie back heel that he forced him to do. Let's get into his stay gold part. I think this is the least fun he ever had on a board, but the fact that it's all switch, nollie, and fakie is really great. I love how he didn't 180 out of that switch 5-0. Perfect day one pop out on that switch nose grind. That's just ridiculous into the rock. And all style on that one. Getting towed into this spot again, the switch tail slide is just nuts. I like how his feet were kind of close together while he slid. And that Bastion backside flip, here's Jerry doing a switch heel. Huge, perfect, proper. I like how he hand touched. Shows that he still has to try. And that's the end of our Jerry section. We're jumping into BA. Big man style, lots of power. I feel like his Welcome to Hell part really helped push skateboarding along to more stylish, flowy lines. The way he's pumping around right here after the tray flip. It looks like he's having fun. I think that's a rarity. It was more about tech until this video and Mouse came out and really made style important. Amazing backside big flip. The angry mean mug to front blunt down hubba. Absolutely iconic there with the shaved head. And this line is so flowy. The frontside flip is just ridiculous looking. I love it right there. It flips slow. Not the most beautiful looking cab flip, but I'll take it. I love how BA just powers through things. And this 50-50 off the bump is ridiculous. I love the way his arms are. Going to Modus, absolute classic part here. He really gets gnarly in this part. Kickflip back tail on something with a big drop. I like it. Dipped in sauce on that feeble, ridiculous looking. The switch tray flip is perfect. He can skate tech. He can skate gnarly. He can skate lines. I love that hurricane. The Smith is so much better than a Jamie Thomas one on the handrail. I love the way he's dipped and the way his arms are. This back Smith, I like how his front foot's not poked out. Really big ledge at UCI, and then he'll back tail it as well just to really seal the deal here. BA is a style god. I feel like there wasn't enough power lines in this Modus part, but when we get to Yeah Right, he does have a lot of power lines in that video. Big back heel off the bump. Gino also skated that spot. I threw this in here. I mean, it's a good line, but I really like the way he power slides and his board goes under the fence and he just walks away like nothing happened. I mean, style, it can be really anything. It's just how it's done. Transition BA is amazing. I love this back nose blunt. Ridiculous trick on tranny. And then the power on this line at Third and Army. I don't know, something about his arm, something about the tricks he chose to do, the execution on it, it's all of it. The nollie half cab 180 switch nose manual 180 out, the perfect tray flip, and then he'll go on to kick flip this gap when it had the bike rack there. I'd been there with the bike rack. It was ridiculously long. So do that in a line. And then this is just very cruisy. It doesn't really fit with the rest of Yeah Right of a lot of bangers, but I think it's amazing that Tche decided to throw this in there as a perfect nollie Wally, sorry. And the back three. Who makes varial flips look good? BA does. Very rare to see varial flips look good. And then he did this on Invisible Board Day, and it was so good they had to use it in his part and not in the Invisible Board section. Moving on. Nothing but the truth. I like a lot of tricks he does in this part. He's kind of cruising. The big flip wall ride, so sick. The way he utilizes that spot with the gap to lip. I love this flowy line in Barcelona. I've been to this spot. It's a lot harder to skate in person on these over these benches on the bank. No comply tails are my favorite trick to do on a bank, and he just looks beautiful. Classic tray flip from BA. Another big tray flip on the Evan Smith wall ride spot. And then this very flowing line. The nollie, the no comply 360 could not be any more perfect, and this bike rack, the way he slides it without hitting the other parts of it. So sick. That's it for BA. Now, a new ripper, Zach Saraceno. I think this is the sickest kid out. His style is absolutely ridiculous. We'll start with his raw footy. All of his footy's raw, but I love his push. I like the way he lands his flip tricks, the pop, the scoop on everything. Ridiculous trick with the wood there on Pier 7. Huge big switchback tail, love that. And then the way he comes out in the grass or fake grass here and the impromptu perfect nollie flip just really solidifies him as a style god. And I feel like he's just getting started. The nollie frontside flip switch nose manny, I love the way he came out on that. This line's ridiculous. I feel like his push is a mix between Gino and Brent Atchley. We'll get to both those guys later in this video, but his flip tricks are unmatched. Absolutely flowy, perfect pop, perfect catch. The switch flip is executed in a way that I don't think could be any better. So casual on it. The kid is ridiculous. And then I love the way he skates in this Adidas in Denver. There's a bunch of heavy skaters here. The switch backside flip going 1,000,000 miles an hour straight. No push into the back three. The foot comes off just enough. Skating in front of some absolute heavy hitters like Silas and Daywan. Can't be easy to skate in front of those guys, but when you're as good as Zach, it's probably pretty easy. Lofty frontside flip. He's just he's kind of lazy, but the way he pops is just finessed. I don't know. Back three over that is ridiculous. Like the way he landed. He's just a smooth operator. He's Sade in real life. And the switch backside flip going way too far. Perfectly bolted. This part's amazing. I've been waiting to see who would skate to Lil Wayne's Cannon remix, and I think he earned it. I'm glad to finally see this song with that amazing beat in a video. I don't think anybody skating right now could have been a better fit for this song. So yeah, he had the big frontside flip on the bump to rail. This line in Paris is amazing. I like how he mirrors the fakey frontside flip with the giant nollie backside flip. The kid is all steez, all style. I hope that balling is what got him on King because he's better than the rest of their team. A rarely seen nollie varial flip that looks good. Perfect switch frontside flip. I love the way his foot caught it. And then another guy who's not in so much of a hurry to bust a bunch of tricks. He does the flat ground, he does a smooth push, and then just a ridiculously perfect nollie flip. I like how he slides into the wall there. One of my favorite fakey hard flips I've ever seen in my life. This spot has really been shut down. I'm thinking Dylan Jabe to hop off his board a little too early on the switch tray flip. But that was an immaculate switch backside heel flip. I don't know if it gets any better than that. Okay, one of the least known guys probably in these videos I'm going to make, Wade Spire, thinks dedication. He is, without a doubt, the spine champion. Nose blunt transfer going 1,000,000 miles an hour. Fakey rock comes out immediately, and look at this frontside hurricane. I'd like to see a better one on transition than that. It just doesn't get any better. He's the unsung ramp champ. This is 1998. He's got an unpretentious style with no frills. It's all speed and power. The switch lip slide, the switch back D to end this line. I love the way he pumps that hump in the middle. And this line's insane. I love the salad right here going 1,000,000 miles an hour. The huge Japan. Wow, a little Carol on that. And he comes out of his disasters before he even gets into them. Eat your heart out, Chris Russell. I do like Chris Russell a lot, though. Hot Batch 1991. One trick we're going to pull from this. It's ridiculous Indy nose bone. The way he bones it out is what's amazing, but really it's the way he slaps his tail on the way back in. So sick, Wade. Unsung hero, Danville's finest, Danville, California, if you know where that is. We'll end it with label kills. He's destroying Rip in the Smith grind, pop over the channel, ridiculous. And the way he skates Marseille is unmatched. You should look up some of his skating there. The pivot fakey rewind, and then that hurricane is incredible over the spine. He'll end it doing a large air over the truck he drives. That's it for Wade. Ryan Gallant, I don't know how to say his name, but I think when Transworld First Love came out, he had one of the best styles in the world. He nails so many tricks in this video, we won't even get to any of his other video parts. I love the way he operated that one. This line's ridiculous. Kickflip 5-0. I'm not sure if he skates tight trucks or not. It looks like he skates medium, but shove it front crook, ridiculous looking. I like his stomp factor on all of his tricks. Kickflip up. Rarely seen nollie varial flip nose manual, and nollie pops out of it. So clean. Backside nose blunt, nose grind pop out early to big spin front nose. I love that line. So fluid. And just destroying Barcelona here with the hard flip late 180. Tough trick to make look good, but he does it easily. Blasted switch flip, switch frontside flip, destroys that spot. The kick flip front nose fakey. And then this line is glorious. The nollie frontside flip. Every flat ground trick in this line is perfect. Switch flip. Something about this nollie frontside 180 is perfect. He's also in no hurry. Style gods have nowhere to be unless they're Busenitz maybe. That tray flip is stomped. And he's just coasting into this, skating to that perfect song. Frontside flip down this set. Love the way he catches it here. Use of slow-mo. I really like this inside nose blunt. Shove it out on that spot. Ridiculous looking. And the big spin heard around the world. Smooth operator. I love the way he just puts it down right there. Absolute stomp. Wow. Yeah, wow's right. The photographer understands their style. Tom Penney, not my favorite, but I can appreciate good style when you see it. I like his little guest part here in this ATM click video. Sick frontside flip in Santa Rosa to run into somebody's board. And then this line is the one I was talking about when we were watching Jerry. He's in absolutely no hurry. At this time, a lot of tech skating was going on with no style. He's just pushing down the street and enjoying himself to Lou Reed, which is playing in the background. He might be on mushrooms right here. Beautiful switch push, switch ollie stomp. I love the fact that he has nowhere to be except to enjoy every part of this line. He starts to get a little more tech here, switch flip up the curb, crazy looking switch frontside flip that he somehow pulls. I don't know, it's like a half-mile long line. He doesn't even execute that many tricks, but every single second of this is beautiful. Little nollie flick. He actually popped, which is rare for that time. Nollie 180 off the curb. Still going, that beautiful switch push, fakie ollie up. He really seals the deal on this line with this fakie frontside flip over the bump. And he's still going, so why not just kickflip over this wall? Tom Penney, I think, is a little overrated. He didn't put out that much, but I do love his part in Uno. It's very short, but these tricks are insane. Absolutely stomp, switch frontside flip. And, of course, the chain to bank, nollie backside flip, and the switch backside flip. If you want to watch the rest of the tricks, you can hear Dare Deck in Anthology. And then in Menikmati, his black and white tricks are insane. Frontside flip the hard way here on some ridiculous setup at some shitty skate park. Casual drop down to kickflip down the stairs, and he doesn't need to do anything tech, so he'll no slide to fakie with all the style in the world. Beanie in the back pocket. This is one of the greatest frontside flips on stairs in history. The way he caught it, the shorts, the socks, the way he rolled off the curb. I love it. Switch frontside flip in. Ridiculous. Back nose blunt. He is a style god. He isn't my favorite, like I've said a few times, but look at that kickflip back tail and the floaty kickflip over the hip. I love the way he skates pools. Didn't even bend his knees when he landed there. The 1 foot. Tom is so sick. And then as the legend goes here in San de Guido, he was on mushrooms for all of these tricks. Makes sense if you ever skated on mushrooms. Switch flip is ridiculously far down the stairs. And this kickflip back tail puts his hand down on the revert. Just so sick. Timeless. Jumping into Ave. I'm glad he's sober now, but I don't think he was for this DC video part. He is one of the most powerful skaters on the planet and does tech tricks while doing it. And there's something about the fact that he switches between a switch push and a switch mongo, aka swango, in all of these video parts. He does both. I don't think it's a conscious decision, but it just looks so sick. This switch manny, switch tray flip out. I don't know how he pops so high and stomps bolts right after that. Like the long hair. That switch tray flip wasn't even clean, but it still looked good. And here's a perfect showcase of him not doing switch mongo. The nollie half cab is huge. And the switch pole jam, amazing. This nollie crook 180 out the hard way on such a tall ledge going that fast is massively incredible. Ted Barrow probably filled you in on that. And then we have Minefield. This when he was sober. So switchback 50, another switch tray flip. We'll show every single switch tray flip he does in all these video parts. Switch front crook 180 out. I believe this is a sugar cane, but I loved every second of it. Here's a man line for you. So a switch flip up that was not perfect, but somehow makes it look good. This switch big spin. It had an interesting spin to it. He switches back to pushing switch there out of nowhere, and the switch crooks to 50 on that weird ledge spot that no one can skate as well. The fakie nose grind in the line. Kids in the black hole. I like how he takes his time to push here. I'd be tired after handling such a big handrail with that sort of a tech trick on it. He's going slow for Abe style, but it's kind of nice to take a breather and enjoy him for a second here. The 180 nose grind, 180 out, maybe only rivaled by someone like Desarmo. Anyone that can do a slappy in a tech line is a god to me. I believe there's very few of them. This back 180 is so crispy and perfect. Spun it instantly, and he goes right into the half cab, crooks to Suski grind. I love that trick. A half cab nose slide to back tail. And this line, I think Abe is really at his best when he's doing lines. It really, really showcases how incredibly talented he is while going fast and having an insane amount of style. I love the old schools. He doesn't wear the tight pants anymore, but he even looked good in tight pants. The switchback tail to tail slide. He comes out kind of kooky, but it looks so good. And the arms on the way he landed on that ollie over 50. Hockey on thin ice. Newer Ave here. I think that switch Wally is the best one in the world. I can't believe how high he went. And then contrary to a lot of skaters in this video, Ave is in a hurry to get somewhere, yet he still makes everything look so good. Whether he lands perfect or sketchy, the fakie nose grind 180 out into one of the most interesting looking big flips I've ever seen. He skates more curb cut, switch ollie over, switch heel flip over. Elijah Burl tries to dress like him here, tries to be as good as him, and I like Burl, but he's nowhere near of a switch tray flipper like that, one of the best on the planet. More curbs into tech tricks. Is there anyone else doing this besides Day One? He takes that half cab crook to Suski to fakie on the sea ledge, making it even sicker, and then the back nose blunt heard around the world. How does it feel to land that? I love the grainy footage. What a freaking style god. Brent Atchley. When this guy came out, I think the world changed. He's probably only has this one banger part in Elementality Volume 1, but the way he skates transition, his baggy pants, wearing Nikes before they were cool, his style is unmatched. I think he might be the flowiest guy I put in this video. He's definitely the most original stylester. The nollie half cab to half cab in instantly. I just love that. I've never been to this Oregon park, but I've heard it's a lot of fun to skate. It looks like Grindline designed it. I'm always in for a Grindline. And then check out this air push right there. He isn't trying to do anything incredible right here. He's just flowing around. I'm not sure why the camera's there, but I'm glad it's there. That park looks so sick. Just cruising around. I don't know how his pants are staying on his body. That floaty frontside ollie and a beautiful tail slide and a little back three to end it. He gets into some more gnarliness here at Burnside. He's skating to Public Enemy before Costin did, and he's doing it with style. That amazing push. You see a little bit of that Zach Saraceno, who was influenced by Brent, I believe. Big back D on the punk wall. Nollie frontside heel disaster pops out instantly. Not even going to watch the tricks in this line. Just going to watch him ollie up that curb and carve around. Beautiful silhouetted lean disaster. And here he is just cruising on this line. He doesn't get tech. He just keeps everything about how clean and effortless it is. A beautiful looking half cab flip. His pants are about to fall down. Little nose grind action. Love that nose blunt thing. The tray flip on the B cup size titty. Creative and interesting and beautiful looking. He's not quite man bunning right here, but he's got his cool ponytail going. Sick back tail. Some chunky pool blocks. I don't know what that was, but I like it. Little backboneless body jar. And I like how he misses the coping here on this carve. It's kind of cool how he didn't even hit it. This line really showcases what he has to bring for the style game. The way he pops this air and comes back in, and then this frontside 360. His arms do nothing during the trick, but they're doing something when he just pushes. I can't believe how stylish this guy is. Please skate more, Brent. I saw you. Oh, that front rock layback. The way he airs this. I saw him skating some mini ramp in some clips. I don't know how, a couple of years ago. He's still ripping. This was him at his pinnacle, though. The switch 180 nose manny. Very stylish pushes. The push straight into the tray flip. I like the clothing, I like the shoes, the nollie cab up. There's something about really stylish guys where I think they're more so living in the moment rather than trying to perform tricks back to back and make it look good. They're really just living in the moment, or at least that's what I'm telling myself, and I'm lying to myself. Perfect nollie flip, going to the dock in Portland there to end it. That's Brent for you. Javante Turner, this is an absolute style god you should know, and if you don't, here's a chance for you to learn. His part in World Industry's love child is so ahead of the time. Lengthy kickflip nose manny. If you watch skating from this time period, even at EMB, style is not quite in the forefront. It's more about having technical abilities and learning new tricks. There were so many unlocked tricks at the time. Love that back 180 out of that. Rarely seen switch varial flip, double varial flip. The way he comes out of that is so clean. The backside flip fakie nose manny, the tray flip nose manny. He's got one of the best tray flips of all time. The fakie nose manny. He gets away with the half cab power slide on flat. Perfect back 180. Perfect fakie tray flip. I love that late 180 out right there. He's styling so hard the tray flip off the bump to pull it out. We're also going to check him out in Planet Earth Now and Later, a classic park. He's got some amazing style on this back nose grind 180 out in the Presidio. Really like that one. I think this is pre-popsicle stick, so he's still doing this with a shark fin as a tail. The way he power slid out of that cab right after, weird flipping tray flip before anyone else could really do them in lines, and the fakie big spin. Probably something a 5-year-old kid could do now, but could they do it like this? Absolutely not. Really like this pivot fakie, all style. This line's great. So backlip on what is presumably a tall ledge at the time. horrible filming, but I love the nose manny back 180 out. And this back lip slide is to die for. He's at EMB, almost drops back into the ledge like it's a quarter pipe. That's incredible. Love the 360 shoves. And the way he catches the shove it and then rotates just a little bit more is pure style. Raven Tche, probably my favorite style artist on transition. I think Pretty Sweet was kind of a waste of his skills not having a full transition part with his sick-ass street part. Here he is tearing up Copenhagen Pro 2015. This transfer just looks incredibly big from where I'm sitting. I can't imagine in person. Here he is tearing a new asshole at FDR. This backside crail slide is beautiful. It wasn't even crail, it was just a nose grab. He bombs hills straight out of Santa Cruz, California. Here he is at Derby, the oldest skate park in America. They resurfaced it, 10 years ago, and it's extremely hard to skate. Look at how he pumps that corner. Just so beautiful. Lofty ollie. It's a really hard park to skate because you have to go fast, and then it's so tight that fast is difficult. Big frontside air at his local park in Santa Cruz. I love the tweak on this. And this Smith grind, one of the greatest I've ever seen in my life, holds it forever, making Lakai's look worth skating almost. Nose slide fakie, switch carve through the tiles. Cab back disaster comes out instantly. So good, Raven, you're killing it. That French bash is huge on footage. I can't imagine in real life. He's also a vert god. This bail is incredibly gnarly. I'm sure he broke something on that, but he's a man, so he gets back up and keeps skating. Here he's back at the Copenhagen Pro Park. I don't know the name of the park, but I love the interesting use of it. That looks so incredibly difficult to do. Some ghetto pool ditch spot, ollie in over the channel. One of the most beautiful bonelesses that have ever existed, maybe only rivaled by Pete Hewitt. Pool skating, some of my favorite. This frontside ollie is great. He doesn't seem to like it with his arms after, but he goes back and does it again. He turns mid-air. It's so good. This back tail through the death box. I don't even want to think about how gnarly that is. Feeble in Berkeley. If you fall over the other side, you die. We'll end it with this cruiser board, extremely stylish ditch ollie. Wow. Stefan Janowski, you should know the guy. You definitely know his shoes. If anybody deserved to cash out and enjoy the rest of their life cruising, it is this guy, one of the most stylish guys to ever ride. Kickflip back tail at Macba. He has the best looking nollie frontside flips on flat. And the way he switch flips into this ledge and doesn't go nose grind or 5-0 is incredibly stylish. Some sort of power slide trick, so good looking. He handles that kink with authority there. Lofty nollie frontside flip. Look at how his tray flips flip. No one else's look quite like it. BAs are also great, but they don't flip like that. The nollie Suski 180 out at Flushings. Here's some flat ground tray flip. Even in slow-mo, it flips really quickly. So rad, Stefan. The back tail gap and does it with style. Insane. And here's the start of his progression on this Davis rail. Kickflip back 50. Switch back 50. I'm sorry. Subtleties now. Seemed like he learned a lot of tricks from just Mosaic 1 year before. The switch nose grind is just an opener trick somehow. He's that good. And if you really want to see Stefan shine, it's when he's skating flat ground. Look at that nollie flip. Rough Miami ground. The nollie 180 switch front crooks and brings it back around. So absolutely stylish. Nollie frontside flip. Those never get old. Kind of a weird switch front heel, but I liked it. Takes a tranny trick to a ledge. He got me to skate those Etnies factions because he was so good. They were all right shoes, I guess, for Etnies. Switch feeble, dipped. Switch frontside flip up. Another perfect showcase of his tray flip. Wow, that was good. And just the sleepiness on the pushing. I think Trapasso may have been inspired by Janowski. Great back Smith right there. The frontside flip from the back cover of the video. So good. I love the sweater. And that back 5-0 in Miami is so stylish. Kicky back tail. The nollie Suski does it for me, though. And the way he skates Flushing here. Switch heel over the grate in the pipe. Perfect fakie tray flip. Gotta love the sweater stees and the white shirt popping out. Somebody should bring that back. I'm over the baggy-ass pants from 1995. Whatever. Switch front heel over. Perfect wingspan and foot span on that tray flip. Poked switch ollie. Incredibly dipping with sauce on it. And the way he turned before he came out on that switch nose grind. Incredible. Shutting down that Miami hubba. His best part is probably his one in Inhabitants, at least trick-wise, but his style remains just as good, if not better. You'll see him skating in Nikes and getting paid. Maybe he's just stoked that he's finally rich now. Tray flip fakie on an extremely hard-to-skate Sacramento spot. Beautiful bump, frontside flip, lands on the bump on the other side. Nollie 180, switch nose grind, pop out early, Wenning style. And look at how he shovets out on this back lip. Almost wallies down. It's so good. Love this tray flip. It's not about the size, it's about the style. That's a showcase of it. Switch flip, bump to bar in my neck of the woods. Perfect. That nollie flip, I love how his arms stay at his sides when he lands. And this bump switch flip it doesn't get any better. Incredibly talented skater. Switch flip back tail looks regular. He got rid of those shitty faction etnies and now he's skating in dunks. Beautiful switch Smith grind. He does the fakie nose grind, fakie 5-0, I'm sorry, and then really caps it off with a stylish switch flip crooks. It could have been unstylish and could have ended his part, but the fact that it was that style heavy is crazy. Gino, everyone should know Gino. He's an absolute legend. Everyone says they could just watch him push. His part in Trilogy is really good. It's a little bit short. You know, he struggled with his substance abuse problems. I like how powerful he is. I like how he doesn't bend his knees a lot when he lands. It just sort of stomps it, catches it with his back foot on that switch varial heel. Incredibly great. Love that one. That's a classic. And the way he uses this spot doesn't come out switch, arguably harder, and then mirrors it with the switchback tail, comes out switch. The nollie 180, shove it out of that is ridiculous. We're going to yeah right. I feel like he was a little bit more sober for this. The 3 shove it, super low to the ground, very cool. The switch nose slide, great use of that spot and looks great. Every trick he does off a bump gap is perfect and the least pretentious switch flip that's ever existed. This back 3 is incredible. His foot stays on the whole time, but I think what's even better and more stylish is the way he comes off this curb. He just nollie bumps real quick. Oh my God, I could watch this on loop for several hours without having a problem. I might need the lotion. Big nollie back heel in Italy, skating ancient spots. Huge Lockwood backside flip. Love the sweater vest. And of course, Owen Wilson's favorite backside 360 Manny down Rosalind. That was good. I chose this video. I think it's a Brick Harbor Nike SB edit because Gino is just doing seemingly easy tricks. Probably not easy for your average skater, but for him, somewhat easy to achieve. But his style really shines through on a lot of these. One of the best no-comply 180s I've ever seen. I bet that felt amazing to roll away from. Love the 1 foot on that. So stylish. The fact that he could do any ledge trick and he only does a front board right there is what style is all about. Nothing but the truth. Not a very long part again, but it's Gino. Love that. He just destroyed that Rosalind Bank spot. 180 nose grind with ease. This Manny trick at the skate park is popped in and so fluid. And probably the best nollie cab ever done. There's one Jake Johnson did that is over a bump to bar, and that's who we're getting to next that I also like. So with Jake, he is an enigma. He's a quiet guy, but his style is an unsung hero. The way he lands 1 foot there, the second gnarliest slappy 50 in history. He'll do the gnarliest one later. I think he's a refined style. Obviously, he's a big guy with a lot of pop. Wally to wall ride is insane. He's got one of the best no complies. But his refinement, the fact that he can do just about every flip trick on the planet, this kickflip's perfect, slaps his back foot. If you've seen his Trapman part, he can do every flip trick that ever existed. Little car Wally. But the refinement to only flip his board once or twice in this entire part and really showcase Wallies and slappies. That Wally to 50 is ridiculous in SF. I love that. And then this wall ride, even when he eats shit, he's stylish. I love the wingspan as he's trying to figure out how he's going to roll out of this. One of the best tricks ever. So much style dripping from him. His purple part is also amazing. Just about all of his parts are. The 180 fakie 5-0 at the Louvre, tough spot to skate. The way he spins with his back foot on that back 180 is incredible. I love the 180 switch 50 here. Great use of the spot. His bag of tricks seems like it's limitless, which is great. I believe this is FBI building in SF. That was a huge Wally transfer. Quasi's mother. Quasi is one of the best companies out right now. No comply 5-0 at Farmer's Market. I love that. Huge kickflip tail slide. Stomps it. Again, not coming out fakey is stylish. This line looks like he was just skating and someone happened to film him like Sasquatch style from a distance. And the switch hard flip isn't perfect. It just looks so good. I can't explain that one. It's just great. The nollie 180 switch 50 down a hubba. Incredible work there, Jake. And this is the gnarliest frontside slappy in history. I'd like to be proven wrong, so show me another one. I don't know how he climbed that rough-ass wall and took it through the kink. He's got some great tricks in right here for Pablo, the GX video. Amazing inward heel in State College. The switch hippie hop, switch Wally out is just a thing of beauty. I don't know. I love the use of that spot, the rainbow paint. Catches it, then loses it, then catches it again on that kickflip. Switch flip, a giant bump to bar. Arguably more stylish than his kickflip, but I like how he rolls away kind of sketchy. It shows that he has to try. Nollie Nollie half cab switch wall ride. I don't know who else is doing that. And of course, as part minefield, this is what we're going to end this video with. When this video came out, everyone wanted to wally. Everyone wanted to learn these cool switch tricks. I love how you can see the NYPD logo on the barrier, how you know he's in New York. He put East Coast street skating back on the map. Back nose blunt, shove it, front blunt to fakie in traffic, and of course the wally to tail slide. Just a legendary guy. I can hear the Animal Collective playing. Huge leg kick on that fakie heel flip. And the way he comes out blind on this back nose grind 180 on a fucking hubba is insane. I love how he grinds the metal before the yellow bar there. So sick. And he's just cruising here at the Dillon benches in New York. No hurry at all. Not sure what shoes he's wearing, but I kind of like the leather. Switchback 50, huge. And incredibly, ridiculously stylish on that gap back lip. Huge man tail slide there. Comes out regular. I don't know how tall it is, but there's no way most people could tail slide it. This manual 180 fakie manny fakie flip out is so sick. This defines an era. This is maybe the greatest wall ride of all time. His front foot is almost off the board. He's riding against the bush with his ass and somehow comes back in on a 90-degree angle. I can't believe it. We'll end this out with this beautiful switch wall ride over the pole. The photo might somehow be better. That's it for today. It's extremely hard to talk for 35 minutes straight and not use the word ridiculous 600 times. There's only so many adjectives that exist on this planet. Again, I have a list of about 70 skaters that are the style gods from Jay Adams until now. I think Zach Saraceno may be the most recent guy I have on the list. Some of these newer guys have a little more time to prove themselves. But obviously I haven't talked about Heath. I haven't talked about Donnie Barley. I haven't talked about Alex Olsen or Eric Dressen. There are so many guys left to talk about. It's just a lot of footage to compile, and I had a great time going down memory lane looking at all this shit. So that's it for part one. I'll be back with a part two whenever the fuck I can.
Oh, no!